What's up, y'all, and welcome back to my universe. It's DC, and if you're OG, you already know the real wrong. If you're new to my channel, I thank you for tuning in. I hope that you'll stick around and subscribe. So, I just want to let y'all know that the audio to this video will not directly align with the visual, but to me, it kind of relates. When we, or us women, when we go and we get our hair done, we are vulnerable. We have to trust that the person we have chosen to style our hair and to carry out the vision that we have for what we want to look like understands the assignment and also doesn't judge us. They don't judge us if our hair is dry. They don't judge us if our ends are not clipped. They don't judge us if we have dandruff. And to me, it's kind of the same thing when it comes to therapy. You have to trust your therapist. You have to be vulnerable with your therapist. Allow your therapist to know what it is that you fear the most, what it is that hurts you the most, and trust that they will understand their assignment to help you see a different perspective, to grow, and to look at yourself and be gentle with yourself. So that's why I chose this specific visual with what I'm about to share with y'all. This is something that I did not see myself ever doing, but I feel like in this stage of my life is really important. And just a little background. The audio that I'm about to share is actually, again, a personal counseling session that I had back in January of 2019. And at that time in my life, I was going through a lot of changes. Almost similar to what I'm experiencing now, somewhat different, but in some instances the same. A repetitive cycle that I am working through. So I'm going to just stop talking now and go ahead and just let y'all in on me. Okay. Hold on. All right. Before I get into it, I do want to just say that the therapist that I had at the time, I loved her. Sweet old lady. Very cute, little, fragile little lady. And what I liked most about her was she was authentic. And although sometimes she may have gotten lost in her thoughts or what she was trying to get me to see, she always came back to it, and I could understand even the things that she didn't say. And I stuck with her for a while until, of course, my insurance changed or my insurance wouldn't cover so many appointments. But she was the start of a lot of ideas for me. And actually, one of the books that she introduced to me, I brought and I have now, and it's sitting right next to me. And every time I look at it, I think about her. So I appreciate her. I'm not gonna say her name. But okay, I'm ready. Y'all, I'm nervous, but I'm ready. Y'all ready? All right, here we go.
It's good. You don't need therapy.
I do, but I guess today is just a good day.
How many sessions have we had?
I think 5.
I think 5. Yeah. Okay. I meant to count before you came, and You need water?
No, you got some. Yeah, I got some right here.
How's your baby?
He's doing good. He just started his occupational therapy this week. So.
Right. What is that like? Do you get to watch?
I haven't actually, since today was his first day, I wasn't able to attend because I was at work. And then she told me that she wants to see him on her own for the first 2 weeks because she knows that if mommy's in the room, he's not going to want to cooperate.
So that's a good point.
Yeah, so she wants to, kind of see how he does on his own first and then, introduce me and, whatever. So I'm excited about that. She is going to be giving me reports after each visit. So today she was just telling me, how well he did, how he did cooperate. The only thing that he was not a fan of was actually cleaning up the mess that he made. But, as far as everything else, he was pretty much doing well. So I'm excited about that and just to see how his next visit goes and see how he progresses and,
Yeah. Are you still worried about him?
No. Not as much because, he's very smart. And he is doing more now. And just like you said, I'm now at a point of trying to just enjoy him as opposed to observing him.
Right, yeah, exactly. Yeah. That's the deal. And he's going to be who he's going to be.
Right.
Yeah. And, that is the deal. And you're working at one of those call centers?
Mm-hmm.
I wish how are you doing with that?
It's gotten, I guess, a little better because I no longer try to focus on what's wrong about the job. I just go to work.
Okay, it's the same thing. That's right.
And just do what I'm supposed to do.
What's right about this?
Yeah.
Right.
And just I do what I'm supposed to do and just go home.
Right. Yeah. Right.
Yeah.
Well, and it's money. You got other people that are working around you.
Yeah.
You got friends at work.
Mm-hmm.
And almost any job in the world can. I think about somebody that does. I don't know. I had a kid in here today. Well, not a kid. He's a college student. But anyway, he got a job last summer. We were talking about money, and he got a job last summer. He didn't go to school, or school was less. I don't know. I don't know what the deal was. Maybe he even went home. But he was digging holes to put in plumbing.
Mm-hmm.
And anyway, which to me sounds awful,
Mm-hmm.
right? I mean, I don't want to get in the mud.
Right.
I don't want to stand in a hole that I'm throwing dirt out of.
Yeah.
He had the best time.
Yeah.
So it's what you make of it.
Mm-hmm.
Everything that comes to us, regardless of what it is, we filter it through a lens, and it's like anything. We could, I've had jobs where I started and I really liked them,
Mm-hmm.
and then
as time went on, you changed your
mind.
Yeah.
As time went on, and then jobs that I thought would be boring, and they weren't at all. You know, you bring to the it's not what's on the table. It's what you bring to the table that makes you feel better.
Right.
If I bring a positive attitude and a good spirit, well, that's what I'm going to get. I'm going to leave with that. Maybe more than when I came with. You know? But if I come with an empty cup, I'll probably leave with an empty cup.
Right.
Whether somebody gives me something to drink or not.
Right.
Right. Yeah. Well, kids are really hard. I mean, well, you know, you can have all kinds of spiritual maxims. But we see our kids as something different than anything else, you know, and we want more from them than we want for ourselves.
Right.
But they too have to bring something to the table. Right? No, I'm not your son, not yet. I mean, he's too
Yeah, he's so little, I wish,
right.
but.
Right, yeah. No, he did it before he got to the table.
Yeah,
you know?
yeah, of course, yeah. He definitely would. He definitely would.
So what are the rough spots? What have the rough spots been?
Well, I remember the last few sessions I was telling you that I was, you know, engaged, but unfortunately I'm not anymore.
What happened?
I just think that it was pretty much something that I was more so doing for my children. Like you said, we want better for our children than what we had for ourselves. So
there was a guy's influence around a man's influence.
Right. And I just felt that because I never had a two-parent, or I never had a one-parent household, but let alone two, I wanted my kids to have that, you know, to grow up in a two-parent household and stuff. But I had to just come to realization that I truly was just not happy. Like, I feel that he is just not on the same page with me as far as goals and just understanding, I guess, the things that I've dealt with and I no longer want to deal with in life. And I feel that I actually gave him more chances than I should have. So that's what caused me to, you know, just stay in a relationship so long, thinking that eventually, you know, one day I'll probably be happy, something will change, but it's not, you know. So I just feel that this is my time to, you know, just get to love myself. 24. I'll be 25 in March.
Oh, you got plenty of time.
Yeah,
oh,
so
man.
I just think that this is...
hello, yeah. Leave those boys alone.
Yeah, this is my time to, you know, kind of get to know myself more, love myself, you know, and just focus on me and what makes me happy, and not try to
make somebody else happy
or be their mom.
Right. Yeah, it's oh yeah, you're you got plenty of time.
Yeah.
I mean, really, you know, it's and you can't. Well, this is really hard. And I'm going to say this. I don't expect you even to pay attention to it, but you need to live for your kids, but your kids are your kids, and they came to you, right? And well, and all you can do is the best you can for you guys. You know, you can't. I grew up in a two-parent household. And it's 3 generations. In the family, had grandparents too. We didn't do so hot. You know, everybody's a human being, you know, and we're all doing the best we can, and sometimes our best does not reach the mark. You know?
Right.
Come on, I'm proud of you, though.
Yeah.
You don't feel lonely?
No, surprisingly, I don't. I thought that, at first I thought, just like, what am I going to do? This is a big change because this is somebody that I've been with for almost 6 years. And
That's how long you guys been together?
Yeah. Since I was like, 18, 19. So.
Interestingly enough, I was seeing this couple, and they're not married, but they've been together either 7 or 9 years,
Mm-hmm.
living together.
Mm-hmm.
And he wants to get married,
Mm-hmm.
and she's dragging her feet.
Yeah.
Just that they're a little bit older than you, I think it's 7 years. So they've been living together since she was 20 and now she's 27.
Yeah.
And she's saying, this is all I know.
Yeah.
Right?
Mm-hmm.
And that's all you knew.
Right. So I think it's just a matter of being comfortable as opposed to actually, being in it for the right reason. And I kind of, like I said, realized that I have to actually be happy with this person to go through a marriage. And I feel like if I would have actually went through a marriage, I would have just been causing a lot of chaos in my life because eventually we would have got divorced. Because I wasn't, because I wasn't happy when I started. So
right, yeah, exactly right. It's not going to get any better than this.
Yeah, so it wasn't a good idea. And like you said, surprisingly, I don't feel lonely. I'm very content with it. Like, I mean, of course, he still, tries to come around and, say or do things for us to get back together. But I'm just like, I can be cordial with you as a, parent to the children, but getting back together is just not something that I'm interested in. So.
A day at a time, and you are young.
Yeah.
Do you have any goals for yourself about school or?
Yeah. I also remember last time I told you that my classes were canceled for the spring semester, but I ended up getting the approval for the financial aid appeal. And
oh, cool.
Yeah. And then.
Well, that's a two-edged sword, but
yeah. And then some express class came available. So I'll actually be starting a class on the 18th of February.
Cool.
Yeah. And
what are you going to take?
Well, this class is just like a college success class since I haven't been in school in years.
Right.
So it'll be something that'll help me.
Right. I had to take one of those when I went back to
Yeah.
And it was fun. It was kind of interesting, the people that were in the class, and it was kind of motivating to see people coming. Later.
Right.
Starting later.
Yeah.
And in my case, it was real late.
Mm-hmm.
And time's never up.
Mm-hmm.
And be real careful about the financial aid. Try not to live off the money.
Right.
And that's hard to do. Just make sure you pay, and then because you're living on what you're living on now, and then just let them have the rest of it back.
Right.
Be paying it down. I didn't do that, and it's it'll travel with you for a long time.
Yeah, I know. And the good thing is my job will actually pay for my classes, so I really don't need the financial aid. It's just, I don't know.
Yeah, I'm telling you, it sounds like a good deal, but if you know how long it took me,
yeah.
you can stop. I had to stop some paying.
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah, it's a trap. It is.
Yeah.
It's a trap, and I made it through school. And if for some reason you don't make it through school, you still got to pay for that.
Right.
And there's always deterrence making it through school. Some are internal, some are external, and some just come in bad dreams or something. I don't know, but I saw a lot of people, and like I say, I took that money. I lived on it. I used it all, and I really wish I hadn't done that.
Mm-hmm.
Years and years and years and years.
Mm-hmm.
And maybe it's one thing if you become a doctor or a lawyer and command a high salary, but for most of us, you know, it's, I don't know. I don't want to be a doomsday thing, but I'm just a warning.
Right, yeah.
It's your life. You can do what you want with it. But oh yeah, it's a regret I have.
Yeah.
So if they're paying for it, you let them pay for it. And
yeah.
let that financial aid just sit there until you say, how many classes are you going to take? Just one?
Yeah, I'm just taking one this semester.
How many will they pay for?
I think they pay for 2 per semester, I think.
Well, I'm going to tell you, that's what I would do. Take this one, but take two classes with being a mom and working is gracious plenty.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, it'll take more time,
mm-hmm.
but that's all we have is time,
mm-hmm.
right?
Right.
And time doesn't even really exist,
mm-hmm.
right?
Mm-hmm.
You know, if we talk to somebody that was in, I've got a friend in California, if we called her, it wouldn't be the same time as it is here.
Right.
That would be now.
Mm-hmm.
Right? So it's always now.
Mm-hmm.
And that's all you have to think about now. I'm giving you a lecture. I'm going to stop right now. But you know when I learned a lesson the hard way, and you know, you may have to learn your lessons the hard way too. But anyway, and you're just at the beginning, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. 2 classes is going to be gracious plenty.
Yeah, I know.
And you're young. You're young. You know, we've got this timeline. High school kids come in with this timeline that, oh, and then I've got to do this and do that. No, you don't have to do it that way. I mean, you don't have to do it. You don't have to. You know, you're going to be. You're going to be working until you're 70. I mean, they're going to raise Social Security sometime soon.
Mm-hmm.
They have to. There's just too many people living too long.
Mm-hmm.
Well, not too long, but longer.
Right.
And yeah, so at least 70. So consider that.
Right.
Take your time. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Right. Yeah. And I can't stop talking about it. Now I know how my mother felt. Anyway, I'm glad you're doing well. You seem very relaxed. Are you exercising at all?
Yeah, I started, I would say about 2 weeks ago. I don't go to the gym yet. I think I'm just trying to warm up at home, you know, get my body prepared for,
okay.
you know.
Yeah.
So, but I've been doing good at home on my own, you know. And I downloaded like this little app that helps me with exercises and stuff, and it keeps track of.
Yeah, that's good. Yeah.
It keeps track of, like, you know, calories and, you know, stuff like that. So.
Okay, cool. Yeah, you're
something
into
that
it. Yeah.
Something that keeps me busy.
I do some things at home too when I do them, but I like the energy at the gym.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? It's it's like, yeah, we're all in this. Yes, let's do it.
Yeah.
But it's hard to get there. It's hard to get there for me.
Right.
Because I'm lazy, and it's hard to get to.
Yeah, me too. Me too.
Well, and you're busy. You're not.
Yeah.
You're not.
I'm busy and I'm lazy because once I get off work and I get home, I'm not leaving. There's nothing else that, if I didn't do it while I was out,
I know.
I'm not doing it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, you know, it's either too cold or too hot or too dark or too light.
Yeah.
Something.
Yeah.
It's it's too something out there that I just can't go with.
Yeah.
I am really glad you're doing well, though.
Mhm.
I am, I'm glad you had enough nerve to break up with something that was going to weigh you down.
Mhm.
Yeah, you look like lighter in spirit.
Yeah.
You always look like a calm person, though.
Yeah.
So that's the way you live your life, is in peace and serenity.
Yeah. So I'm trying to be that person now, because before, I used to let everything bother me, worry me, but now I just know that I can't do that, because I did tell you that I started medication, right?
No.
Yeah, I did, and
Are you doing that with an app on the phone, or you're going someplace?
well, my doctor prescribed me the medicine, so
Oh, medication,
yeah.
not
So-
meditation. Okay.
So the first one that she gave me, it kind of gave me manic symptoms. So I was just, very upbeat, high energy all the time, and I wasn't sleeping enough, but it wasn't bothering me.
Mhm.
So she prescribed me a stabilizer. The first one did not work at all. I had symptoms immediately, like the next day, where actually I had to go to the hospital. And
What were the symptoms?
I had my throat was closing up. I had diarrhea. I had a headache.
Oh, man.
Nausea. Just, it was horrible.
Oh,
So
yeah.
she was just like, yeah, stop taking that. I'm going to put you on something else. But what I also realized, every time I would go to the hospital, to the doctor, my blood pressure was high. And I think that's because I was just worrying so much about everything. And once she started me on the stabilizer, I've been
Everything's fine?
fine.
Blood pressure's okay?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right, exercise will help the blood pressure too.
Yeah. So that's why I started, I'm actually eating healthier now. So I'm trying to cut out like fried foods and stuff, and just eat, today, like I had a salad and a turkey sandwich,
Oh, yeah, good. Yeah.
stuff like that, fruit. So, I'm just kind of at peace with, just letting things flow, not stressing about anything. And my biggest worry about the breakup was, how I would pay all of my bills on my own. But, I prayed about it, and it all worked out.
Oh, good.
Everything got paid this month, so on to the next month.
There you go. Trust in a higher power.
Yeah,
Is,
and that's what I had to learn, because it's kind of hard determining when you should stay still or when you should, be taking action. And that was my biggest problem. I always worried because I wanted to be in control of everything, but now that I know I'm not in control of everything, it's just like I kind of have to just trust that higher power and keep going.
That's right. That's right. One foot in front of the other, and
one day at a time.
I believe that. I believe in that. And like most human beings, I can't always wait for the miracle. I can't always but I know they're there.
Right. Mhm.
So patience is a virtue, one step at a time.
Right. I agree.
Well, good. Good, you're well on the road.
I'm doing fine right now.
Moving on.
Yeah.
Amen. Yeah, that's right. I don't know what to say. It had to take a lot of courage to decide what was in your own best interest and the interest of your family. And to give up that, when we live with somebody, and especially in a male-female partnership, there's a little bit of security and a sense of safety.
Mm-hmm.
And oftentimes, I think, like in your case, it was only illusionary safety,
Mm-hmm.
right?
Mm-hmm.
And you know, and money's a deal, but I don't even like the way it sounds of saying, "Well, I'm not gonna end this relationship because I can't pay my bills." I mean that's not the kind of person that you are.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, you know. Not that makes you a bad person, because there's trade-offs for people to be in partnership. Money's one of them. Household chores are another one. Just the security and the familiarity and somebody to talk to.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, it's all there on both sides. But when nothing else is gelling except the financial security or more financial security,
Mm-hmm.
there's something wrong with that, you know? Even if the financial security wasn't good, but the relationship was powerful, and we were, then that you know, I'm stumbling over my words for some reason. But it's good. It's finances is not a reason to be in or out of a relationship.
Yeah. Definitely not.
Yeah.
And I started to find myself, like, even just being around him began to just be frustrating sometimes, and I really couldn't pinpoint all the time why.
Uh-huh.
But I just felt like, you know, I was either sad or angry. But now that he, you know, is not in the house and, you know, whatever, I'm fine. Like, I don't feel angry. I don't feel sad. I'm just busy with trying to move forward, you know.
Okay. Yeah, good. Well, and taking care of you all the time. Take care of yourself.
Mm-hmm.
Do the exercise. Go to the gym. Take a look around the world.